All right, a few other terms that I'll mention. Your book may or may not have them, depending if you're an undergraduate student or a graduate student. But some other things you typically see, not typically, but sometimes see associated with bonds. You might see something called a convertible bond. A convertible bond is a bond that's a debt instrument but has an upside potential. And it's convertible into shares of common stock typically. That's normally what a convertible bond is. So why would you buy this? Let's say it's a new company or an untrusted company and you think it might have potential but you don't really want to risk the stock. You might buy the bond, a convertible bond, and if they do well in 10 years, you might say, hey, I'm going to convert over to common stock. This is looking pretty good. At the time you typically buy a convertible bond, it is not attractive to convert. So you'd never just buy it and immediately convert it, typically, because it's not attractive to do that. Usually there's some room for the stock price to go up before it starts to get a little interesting, and you might say to yourself, maybe I'd rather be a stockholder than a bondholder based on how I see the stock is doing. Okay? Another type of bond, warrants, or a bond can issue with warrants. And again, that's where you keep the original bond, but you also have some options, these are called warrants, that allow you to buy stock at a pre-specified price. Again, typically your warrants have an expiration date and they may expire worthless. The stock may never reach the point it needs to price-wise to make your warrant attractive. But if the stock does reach a price, you can exercise those warrants and buy the stock, or you can just sell the warrants to someone else, which gives them the right to buy the stock. And so warrants add some additional value. It's a little additional enticement. So again, if you have a risky firm, a small firm, an untrusted firm, there's lots of different reasons people would add sweeteners to their bond issue. But a warrant or a convertibility clause would be something that's a little bit of a sweetener. There's some other bonds. Again, municipalities often issue these. For instance, toll roads. They may issue what are called income bonds. And income bonds, it specifies in the indenture agreement that the interest is going to be paid off by the income earned. So if I'm having a toll road and it's earning income, that income is what's going to be used to pay the interest on the bond issue. So that's called an income bond. Another one you might see are TIPS, T-I-P-S, or what are called Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. And these are government securities, but they have, again, some protection for you as the bond buyer, because if interest rates go up a lot, the interest rate on your TIP adjusts. And so that's a very attractive clause to people that buy these. And so these are all some extras or sweeteners that can be put on different types of securities. Most bonds sell in what's called the secondary market, which means the bonds are already outstanding and someone else is selling it. And these are the ones that I'm going to show you when I put the charts up. Occasionally you can find new issue. I'll look to see what's out right now for new issue, and if I can find some, I'll post some of those for you as well. New issues are not as common as secondary. The secondary market is huge. I looked earlier today and there's over 20,000 different individual bonds I can buy right now. Well, I can't really. I don't have the money to buy them, but if I did, I could buy them. There's tons of them, and I'm going to take some screenshots and show you some of this shortly. But take my word for it, there's lots of bonds on the secondary market, and you can specify industry and say, I want to support the automotive industry. You can support the state of California, the state of Arkansas. You can say, I want a 5-year bond, I want a 20-year bond. You can look so many different ways and do searches on bonds and find, the one that's going to fit you.